Believe it or not, this is one of the nicest spinners I've seen. Did a really good job in the design of this. This is a small company. It's pretty impressive, some of the products they're putting out. Comment down below on what you think of this product or other ones like this. Is this the best arrow spinner you've ever seen in squaring device? Or is it junk? Is it trash? I don't know. Personally, out of all the ones I've seen, I think this is the nicest one. But you tell me what you think. Ooh, guess what? I am excited to show you a new product from the Paper Tuner. Y'all might be familiar with it. It's this little fella right here. It's amazing it took this long to actually exist something that you could just send to your house that's simple enough for a paper tuner that everybody really should have and need. If you haven't seen it, hop onto the website. We do sell them. They're pretty dope. But this is their version of, I want to make sure I state it right, arrow spinner and squaring device. Now, originally, got lovely information here. Little sticker for you, for those of you that like stickers. Oh, one of my favorites, a silver Sharpie in the box. Would you look at that? Foam, foam. This is, I think I'm going to need some, nope, doesn't look like I need wrenches. Believe it or not, this is one of the nicest spinners I've seen. Did a really good job in the design of this. This is a small company. It's pretty impressive, some of the products they're putting out. So, first things first, an arrow spinner. Why is an arrow spinner important? Arrow spinners do several things that are useful to the average everyday guy. One, just find out if your arrow's straight or not. Spin it. You can watch the ends and see if they move. And that is perfectly straight. That purpose is common. Now, a lot of times when you're shooting at a target, miss the target, hit a rock, things like that, shoot into the dirt, you want to make sure that your point is straight, right? So this allows you to see that as well. A lot of manufacturers give you straightnesses of arrows, 1,000, 3,000, 6,000. How are you supposed to know? Well, a tool like this will let you see it moving if it's not perfectly straight. Let's see if I can find an example of something that isn't straight. Here is a 6,000 straightness 500 spine carbon arrow. Now, I don't know how well you can see that, but both ends of this are moving a little bit. They're not perfectly straight. They're wobbling a little bit. Now, the beauty of being able to independently move these in and out is you can pronounce that or amplify that movement. But this also has a couple other little features in it that are very unique. Gives you a little parts list, follow instructions of how to use it and all that kind of stuff, which is nice of them to provide. These are $69.99, which honestly is pretty reasonable for what this is and the quality of what it is. So this is the squaring device part. What is a squaring device? Well, the modern arrow saw is flawed. There's better versions out there than others, but in general, the modern arrow saw doesn't make a perfectly straight cut, unfortunately. And it doesn't because you have to rotate it around the blade when you put the arrow in. And because of that, the arrow saw will flex a little bit, or your hands will create a little bit of variance as it goes to create an uneven cut. Why does that matter? Well, when you take an arrow that is cut incorrectly or not squarely and then go to put the insert in, there's always some tolerance in between the insert and the sidewall of the shaft. And when the shaft doesn't perfectly flush fit against the insert, it'll kick the insert left or kick the insert right. The insert is most likely perfectly straight, but because of how the arrow was cut, when you go to glue it in, it mounts it at an angle. Why does that matter? Well, when you go to screw a broadhead on the front of your arrow, it's going to fly like that to the target because you've now created a planing surface in the front of your arrow. If you look down your arrow, it has to be perfectly square on all sides to fly straight. If you deviate that angle at all, it'll make it curve that direction and make your arrow basically fly where your broadheads and your field points don't fly in the same spot anymore. Or your broadhead group gets really big because of variance from broadhead to broadhead or insert to insert. Most likely, it's actually the insert, not the broadhead causing the problem. Today's modern broadheads, right? If you're buying really cheap stuff off of Amazon or eBay or whatever, some cheap imported crap, yeah, you're going to get ones that aren't very straight. And if you're buying lower priced broadheads, like I'm going to say less than $10 a head, there's probably a good likelihood you're going to get some crooked ones in there. You should always check those things, period. If it doesn't spin straight, it's not going to fly straight, and that is a fact that you need to be aware of. Now, how does the squaring part of this work? Well, you readjust these. So here, more towards the end, and they've created this little part right here that goes into the end of this squaring tool. It's my first time putting one together, so bear with me. That's now the sanding portion for squaring an arrow. Let me see if I can find an arrow that doesn't have an insert in it. There we go. Now the next question you might ask me is, Josh, why did they give you a silver Sharpie? Well, it's to know when your arrow is actually square, if you've sanded it enough. So what you do, it's relatively simple. Mark the entire front of your arrow with silver. I need glasses. I can't really see anymore. All right. So hopefully you can see that. It's all silver on the front. Now you take your spinner, use the squaring plate, and roll it. Probably want to put this a little closer to the front. About there. There you go. So your movement doesn't flex it at all. But you can just, like this. What you will see is no more silver Sharpie. This is now square. So when you go to put an insert into it, it'll mount in a square fashion so you don't have wobble and you don't have movement when you go to put those things together. This is a really well-built product. For what it is, I'm quite impressed. Now that is their logo, the paper tuner. Might even be able to use that for a broadhead tightening wrench if you had the right 3-blade on there. Head on over to the website. Now, like with all products that I sell, go to your local archery shop and buy it from them. Don't buy it from me. I want you to develop that relationship. It's important. Go in there, get to know them, meet them, or give them another chance even if you had a bad experience. And see if they sell this product. If they do, please buy it from them. If you're going to buy it online, and only if you're going to buy it online, podiumarcher.com for all those archery needs. $99 and up is free shipping. And coupon code MFJJ might save you a little money. But like I said, please give your pro shop a chance. See if they carry this product. Your pro shop, not your chain store, okay? You know what a chain store is. They've got 20 of them, 30 of them, 40 of them. Go to the owner-operated pro shop for your products, please. Comment down below on what you think of this product or other ones like this. Is this the best arrow spinner you've ever seen in squaring device? Or is it junk? Is it trash? I don't know. Personally, out of all the ones I've seen, I think this is the nicest one. But you tell me what you think. Thanks a lot.